Hi friends! Today we're going to read Walter the Farting Dog. Yes, I said farting dog. Let's see what happens. Betty and Billy brought Walter home from the dog pound. Nobody wanted him, said Billy. But we love him, said Betty. Mother walked in and said, "He smells awful." And that's when they got the first clue. The telltale bubbles in the water. See the bubbles? And look, he's farting and Mom is spraying Fart Buster. He did it when he bathed. He did it when he played with Betty and Billy. He did it when he walked around the house. He did it in the dining room. He did it in the kitchen. He even did it in his sleep. "That dog farts morning, noon, and night," said Father. Sorry, excuse me, friends. "He can't help it, Daddy," said Betty and Billy. They didn't mind Walter's farts. "So what if he farts?" Billy said to Betty when they were alone in their room with Walter. "Take him to the vet." So they took him to the vet, and the vet was looking. And look, oh, Walter farted. Ew, in his face. That's stinky. So the vet put Walter on a diet. They gave him every kind of food. He farted. They tried him on cat food, hot dogs, hamburgers, lettuce, tomato, fried chicken. They gave him rabbit food. They made him a vegetarian no matter what he farted. Walter got blamed for everybody else's farts too. Even if Uncle Herb let one slip, he just went and stood near Walter. Then all he would say was, "Walter." "He has to go back to the pound," said Father. "No, Daddy, please," begged Betty and Billy. "No, send Walter away. He goes tomorrow," said Father. They pleaded. Walter farted. It was all over. That night Betty and Billy cried in their beds, and Walter looked at them unhappily. "Oh, Walter," said Betty, "you've got to stop farting, because Father is going to send you back to the pound tomorrow," said Billy. Walter knew how serious it was. He'd never seen Betty and Billy so sad, and he knew he'd never see them again. He resolved to hold in his farts. But when they fell asleep, he walked down to the kitchen to see if there was anything around to eat. He opened the fridge. And he ate everything in the fridge, everything he could find. And then when he went to lay down on the sofa, a giant gas bubble began to build inside him. This was going to be trouble, he said to himself nervously. He was afraid of what might happen if he let it go. He thought maybe the house would explode, so he kept it in. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was torture. But he had resolved never to fart again. His future depended on it. And as he lay there with his tail wrapped tightly between his legs, he heard a noise at the window. It was two burglars. They took everything they could get their hands on. Walter wanted to stop them, but he was having unbearable gas pain. That's when Walter let it fly. Look at that! Oh no! The burglars couldn't stand it. With tears in their eyes, they raced for the window. They tried to grab their bag with all the valuables in it, but their arms were too weak. "Let's get out of here." They jumped out the window and they ran up the block. Choking and gasping for air, still blinded by Walter's attack, they stepped into the headlights of an approaching police car. "Hold it right there," said the policeman. See the policeman? See them? They still have fart dust around them. When Father and Mother came down in the morning, they found the open window and they saw the bag with their valuables in it, and Walter was sitting beside it. He still had the rag tied around his snout. You'd have to say he looked heroic. "He saved the silverware," cried Mother. "He saved the VCR," cried Father. Good dog, Walter. You're our dog, even if you do fart all the time. Look at that. And so the family learned to live with Walter, the hero dog. And that's the end of our tale. They lived happily ever after, and they even went to the fair. That's the end. Bye, friends. I miss you.